people? Nature Girl 30 here, and this is another mini Q&A, and I believe that this is number 70. I had no idea that I was actually going to be doing this many, but guys, thank you so much for sending me these questions. You guys are awesome. But let's get started with the first set of questions that I get from I Love Watermelons 525. Interesting name, man. Who was the WWE champion when you were born? When I was born, it was in the 1980s, but I didn't necessarily get into wrestling until I was about maybe 6 years old. And around that time, I think the Hulk Hogan was actually champ around that time. From what I remember as a kid, I remember him actually being champion around the time that I was 6. So it's probably about 1986. I think that he was champion at that time. From what I remember, I could be wrong. It was a really, really long time ago. But I remember that Hulk Hogan was real popular around that time, and he actually became champion around that time, from what I remember. But anyway, yeah, I think that Hulk Hogan was actually champion. I could be wrong. It's either him or yeah, it was him at that time, I think. Um, do you think that Morgan Freeman is a creepy old man? No, I think the guy is cool, and he's still cool after all these years. So more power to him. Do you agree with the stereotype that all black people look alike? Yes or no? I guess you gotta fit it in somehow. But no, I don't agree with the stereotype that all black people look alike. Um, what do you think that? Okay, what do you think when people say that every black person looks alike? What do you think? I think they're wrong, and I think it's ignorant. That's me. You know how I am when it comes to stuff like that. Seriously, I don't really agree with that at all. But that is a legitimate question that you're asking me. It's not anything particularly racist, kinda ish. But still, no, I don't agree with it at all. Um, did you hear that some morons broke into DB and Brie Bella's home in Arizona? Yeah. And took one guy and he took one guy down and the other escaped. If anybody hasn't watched Mr. Griffith's video about Daniel Bryan's break-in, go and watch it. It's actually pretty interesting to hear his reaction, and I actually learned from his channel about what happened to Daniel Bryan. So yeah, I did hear, but check out his channel as well. Um, do you think the guy? Do you think the guys were black or white? He actually got a picture of him. If you go back and watch Mr. Griffith's video, and I'm not gonna say it enough, he actually has the picture of the guy on his video, and I do believe that he is Hispanic. From what the guy that got beat up was Hispanic. I don't know about the other guy though. What do you think of Shaquille O'Neal? I'm not a big fan of his. I think the guy is pretty full of himself, and I don't know. I really don't care much about him at all. Um, would you uh uh would you have liked to see Shaq versus Big Show? No, because honestly, I'm tired of Big Show being ridiculous gimmick matches, and I'm tired of seeing Shaq's face. Seriously, I wish the Shaq retires, which he did, and him kind of staying out of sight with him being in foot commercials. And I'm fine with that. I'm just not really a big fan of Shaq anymore. But anyway, great questions, man. My next set of questions comes from Final Limits. What do you think of the whole DB situation with him stopping the burglar that broke into his home? I think it's pretty cool. Not only that, it kind of fits into his whole persona. He takes care of his wife and his home. More power to him, especially with a broke neck. So that shows you how crappy that burglar is. But anyway, why does Kendall and Kylie Jenner not have those? Well, I don't know. The thing with yeah, they don't have a big yummy booty, but the thing is okay. Kendall and Kylie are the half sisters of the Kardashian sisters. They're not full sisters. They're half sisters. They are the siblings. I mean, they are the actual children of Kris Jenner and Bruce. Well, I mean, of Kris and Bruce. That was their kids. But the Kardashians are half Armenian, half Dutch. So you can see how they have that exotic look. They're Armenian. While they aren't. They're as white bread can be. Let's put it this way. They're pretty much probably Dutch and Irish. I don't know. But either or, they don't have an ounce of Armenian blood in them. They don't. They that's why they don't look that exotic. They don't look Persian. They actually look white because it's what they are. And I can't necessarily say that's why they don't have it. I don't know. But all I know is they're the half sisters of the Kardashians. That's probably the reason why they're not as voluptuous as they are. I don't know. They have more like model bodies than anything else. Um, does Kendall Jenner remind you of Brie Bella? No, not so much. Not so much. Um, no, not so much. Brie actually has more of an exotic look than Kendall does. Kendall looks like a model. Like she just looks like a regular American model. That's just how I see her as. Do you think Kendall and Kylie are hotter than their sisters? Honestly, I don't care, but I will say that they are very pretty, and Kendall is definitely making money off of her looks. But do I think they're prettier than the Kardashians? No, not by far. They're not ugly either. It's just, I guess, if you want to compare beauty, I would have to say the Kardashian sisters are prettier. Um, that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that they're not, but either or, yeah. If you have to scale it. But anyway, I'm not going to be anything about that. Do you think that Brie Bella is really thin and needs to eat a sandwich? Brie actually fits her body. Like her overall frame fits her body. She doesn't look gaunt or emaciated. She's just very thin. And she's very muscular as well, but that's just her frame. And if she did get implants or if she did gain weight, it would look different for her. I think it's a pretty good look, and I don't think she looks sickly. She actually does look healthy, especially the fact that she's trying to have a baby, so she has to stay healthy. Do you think the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers looks way too old to play teenagers in high school? Since most of them were actually in their 20s back then, especially Billy the Blue Ranger, who was 32. He looked 32. But yeah, they were way too old to play high schoolers, and I'm hoping that they're actually going to come out with the next generation. From what I'm hearing from Mr. Griffin, I'm hoping that they actually stick to college folk, having people in college and people in high school. But that's just me, honestly. But yeah, they look way too old for their age. What are your thoughts on DJ Zima and DJ Zima Ion and the bromance? I like Zima Ion. He will still always be my favorite heel of the X Division. I don't necessarily care so much about the bromance because I don't care that much about the Jersey Shore. So that's why I don't necessarily like their characters. Plus, it's kind of old and stale. The show's been off the air for a while, and I hope that they come up with something new because I really don't care especially about Robbie E. I don't care much about Robbie E. at all. I kind of wish he goes away. Your thoughts on TNA going out of business? I actually have a video that just came out, a discussion video about the wrestling business as a whole. I will link the description in the box below if you guys are interested in seeing it, or just check it out on my Wrestling Fan Nation page. Would it be funny if the WWE went out of business? I will mark out. I'd mark out hate John Cena and Vince McMahon. Honestly, I've already stated exactly how I felt about that in the video as well. I don't think it'll be cool if it goes out of business because the WWE is a huge part of pop culture, especially when it comes to fans that are overseas as well as fans here. It'll be kind of like a dark day in wrestling if the WWE goes out of business. But like I said in my video, well, you'll check out my video and you'll understand my personal feelings on that. But great set of questions, man. And I guess your other set of questions, I'm just going to answer that. Why did Rob Kardashian gain so much weight? From what I saw on the show, it seemed like that he's really depressed. He kind of didn't take it well, and who would take it well if their father passes away? It's not something that you can actually get over if you loved your father or a family member that much, and they end up leaving you and you can't see them anymore, or they pass away. It's really, really hard. So I don't think that he ever recovered from that, and he's just trying to find his place in the Kardashian world when his sisters are so popular and so I guess so successful that he's trying to find his way in the fold. He's like the only son of the only Kardashian son. So that's gotta be hard. So he's still going through that. He's recovering as far as I know. He's trying to get his body back. He's trying to lose weight as well as be healthy. And more power to him. I wish him well. And that's all we can do. My next set of questions comes from Regional D Huff. I still think you're related to me somehow, man. Seriously. But anyway, are you for or against interracial couple, or do you think that people should stay married to their own race? Honestly, there's no color when it comes to love. We're all pink underneath, man. Seriously. We're all made in the same image of one God. So why on earth should we try to separate ourselves because of the color of our skin? That's how I feel about this. If you love somebody who's white and you're black, then love them. If you're Irish and she's German, Love them. If you're Jewish and this and your person you love is German, love them. Period. They love you back. Love has no color. So if you're falling in love with somebody that's outside of your race, shoot, love them. Who cares what color they are? We're all pink underneath. And I know I said it twice, but I mean it. I really do. Do you watch teen and kids react videos? Well, no. If you mean those videos about people reacting to certain things in pop culture, like how, like kids that react to Psy, no, I don't watch those. I do like videos where nerds just explode. Like I love the nerd reaction videos when nerds just get mad at whether their comic book changes, their shows change, or the movie. My most favorite one so far is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle reactions. I laugh so hard because it's so funny to see nerds go off. Like seriously, I advise anybody to look it up. Seriously, look up TMNT reactions and try to click on one of them and you will be rolling. It's hilarious. I love every bit of it. Seriously, I do. Your thoughts on the KKK? They suck. They suck and they're ignorant. That's about it. Moving on from there to Jack Trice. I hope I said that right. Why is your volume for your Q&A so low? If that's the case, I have no idea, dude. I really don't. That's something I'm trying to work with. Maybe I'm too far away and now I'm scooting up out of self-consciousness. But honestly, I don't know. I don't know. That's something I'm still working on. But now that you told me, I'm going to try to see if I can get a mic and maybe make things a little bit better. But regardless of that, sorry. Do you think the Shield should have been still together right now? No, I think it's kind of a different thing for them to go their separate ways. Besides, they each have a very unique character and they should be fine on their own. Especially the fact that Roman Reigns is the one that's going to be pushed the most. Dean Ambrose can still hang on because Dean Ambrose is a really great wrestler, besides the fact that he really has a very interesting character. And also Seth Rollins, he found his place in there with the Authority. So either or, it still works, even if they're all separated. But I do believe that around SummerSlam, maybe the pay-per-view after that it's going to be a double cross. I believe that they're going to double cross the Authority and make the Authority look bad. But I do believe they're going to get back together. That's just me. What do you think about Roman Reigns' scream? You can barely hear it over the chants. Seriously. Thoughts on Dean Ambrose and why does he wear street clothes? Why does he look like, why does it like street clothes? Why does he wear street clothes? It's like, why does he look like a greaser? He looks like a greaser. He looks like somebody from Greece. Seriously, he looks like one of those 50s thugs with the hair like slicked back. That's how he looks. He looks like he should work in a chop shop or something. Like seriously, he looks like he should work on cars for a living. That's how I personally think about Dean Ambrose. I have no idea, but it's just a weird attire. But not as weird as Seth Rollins. Seriously. Ever watch the show Cops? I did it one time. I don't really watch it that often anymore, but I will say that it is kind of funny to watch it sometimes. But anyway, my last set of questions comes from Lonnie Lowell. Okay, on your Raw review when Stephanie ended the show with Brie Bella, why didn't you repeat what Stephanie said? Seriously. Okay, why are you so adamant in having me curse? Why is it a big freaking deal for me to use profanity? It isn't. It really isn't. I've said this many, many, many times. And no, I'm not gearing it towards 3-year-old kids. But here's what I'm going to say, and I'm going to end it with this. I've already mentioned in many of my Q&As before, and I know how much it pisses y'all off for the fact that I don't use any profanity at all. I choose not to. It has nothing bumpkiss to do with the audience that is watching me. It is because I feel that if you have something to say, you shouldn't have to use profanity to get it out. All you have to do is spit it out. You don't have to curse. You don't have to say all these extravagant, rich words. You just talk. And for crying out loud, I have been colorful at times. I'm not going to lie. There is times that I actually use profanity, and it's usually for the audios. But not lately. It's been nearly 2 years since I've done that. But either or, I choose not to use profanity in my videos. It has nothing to do with trying to gear towards a young audience. It's because I feel that if you have something to say, say it, and you don't have to be colorful to do it. There you go. And I'm not saying it again. I don't have to use profanity. And if it bothers you that much, don't watch me. Straight up, don't watch me if I bother you that much. But guys, I thank you so much for sending me these questions, and I thank all those that have been sending me questions over the years. You guys are awesome. And if you have any other questions for me, by all means, send them to me via YouTube or on my Twitter at RKA30, hashtag Nature Girl Q&A. It's the Nature Girl 30 signing off. Peace out, y'all. Later.